Girls, we are just not meant to be working 9 to 5s. We are not meant to be slaving away, grinding with the men. It literally makes no sense. Like, men wake up with 1,000 units of testosterone coursing through their blood every 24 hours. And we wake up and we're different, like literally every week because of our cycle. One week we are in pain, we are bleeding, we are lying on the ground. Another week we finally have energy again. Another week we're irritable. Listen, ladies, if you cannot like hang on and push yourself any longer, don't blame yourself. It's not your fault. This system was built by men for men. We don't have cycles every month. And while I'm never ever going to say a woman cannot achieve, because we have been overachieving over the men if you look at all the statistics, which is just absolutely incredible given how much harder it is just for us to biologically grind that way. But research also shows women need to rest more. Women need way more sleep. So if you can find anything, any way to go down to part-time, work from home, do a little bit less without beating yourself up, do not feel bad for prioritizing your mental health. Do not feel bad, ladies, for caring about having an emotional life, for caring about having enough rest. What I did was I became a content creator and I completely control my schedule. It is 3 p.m. right now. I'm literally in my bed resting. I can film content whenever I want, wherever I want. I've made 6 figures from doing this, and it gave me the time and the space to choose which environments I wanted to be in, to be allowed to rest whenever I wanted, to travel, to fulfill myself in other ways. Don't let a system that's not built for you keep you trapped and feeling worthless about yourself, but finding ways to make your life easier, to not be having anxiety attacks, panic attacks, be in depression, be in chronic burnout. You have to find another way, girls. Your happiness, your health is non-negotiable.
It is so expensive to be single and to pay for all of these expenses by yourself. For context, I do live in the Bay Area, so it is hella expensive to live here, but this is essentially how much I pay in a month by myself. Close to $4,000 if I'm lucky. And again, it's not that I can't pay for these things, because obviously I'm out here living and thriving and a little hungry, but it's fine. However, it's usually the things that I don't account for on the monthly that like internally kills me. Like, for example, emergencies. Y'all, it's not only like costly, but the emotional expense to doing it by yourself is like, oh. Like when you're like in your bed and your like car just broke down, you're like, fuck, damn, I just need someone to hold me real quick. Instead, you're out here holding your fucking stuffed animal. But also, I pay $1,700 to share a condo with another person. Can I afford my own place? Sure, but it would actually be cheaper if I was splitting those expenses with someone else. I can't tell you the amount of people that I know that are still in relationships because of the rent. Also the groceries. $600 on groceries? Like, Diana, what are you doing?
Can we also remember about single tax and how basically everything for a single person is much more expensive than if you were in a couple or if you shared with someone? Because I know people be like, oh, but you know, your salary 34k, you should be able to survive off of it and all of that. You ain't got kids. Yeah, but also living alone is more expensive. Food is more expensive. Everything is more expensive when you live alone. It's actually a joke. Even when it comes to traveling, like everything is just so much more expensive when you're alone. It's just not fair. But I ain't got a man and I don't see me getting a man anytime soon. So after work, I go to make my hard-earned money.
To live in like 5 minutes, but just the thought I had is you cannot survive in London without a boyfriend because it's so expensive. Like, I cannot save any money when I'm single because constantly my friends are going out, they're constantly inviting me somewhere. I always want to go for brunch, I always gonna go for like girly dinner dates. Obviously no one pays for you there, but ever since getting a boyfriend, I actually started feeling so much comfortable financially. Literally, the cost of living crisis does not account for you living alone in London. Like, it's impossible. Just forget about it.
Just paid for my nails and my pedicure all by myself, and I didn't have anybody to like ask to pay for my stuff. This is literally the most single I've felt in my entire fucking life. Would y'all believe me if I told y'all that my roster is literally 0? Like, nobody. That's crazy. I mean, it's good because, like, whatever, peace. But, like, fuck. Like, what the fuck?
I don't care if this statement sends women back. Let me not have any branded content on here for what I'm about to say. I think working as a woman is so ghetto. Every single time that I clock into work, I literally wish to go back in time and beat Rosie the Riveter's ass, because to be very honest, I deserve to be frolicking in a field with flowers in my hair. I deserve to be, I don't know, baking sweet treats and setting them on the windowsill. Like, I deserve to just be wearing pretty flowy dresses and vibing. I think working for the woman is the ghettoest shit ever. And I'm not talking about women who like own their own businesses and they're very girl boss and they're, you know, they have their own set of independence. I'm not talking about that. I'm just simply talking about like anything that's other than soft and soft life for a woman. And then when you realize like our hormones and the way that we are like biologically designed, like we are not biologically designed to be in that energy. And I stand by that. Disagree with me all you want, argue with your mom, I don't care. But yeah, no, when I think about what it is to like be a woman, a big workload just is not attached to that. Like, I'd rather lay out in the sun and frolic. And I stand by that. I stand by that statement. Mariam Chirino for president, Internet GF for president. I don't care. I don't care.
I'm not gonna lie, being a hardworking woman is always, you're gonna get, oh, I admire your hard work. You're such a hardworking woman. You're such a hardworking woman. Come hard work this dick in my life. Like, I don't even understand. Like, I'm sorry. That's not the message I was trying to convey. Come hard work that money in my pockets. Like, what are we even talking about? You're idolizing that I'm such a strong woman that I have to do it all by myself. What happened to fucking social dynamics and gender roles? I don't want to be independent. I don't want to do it myself. That, oh, I knew you would handle it. Bitch. Put me up, man. Put me up.
I'm tired of being strong. I'm tired of being independent. I don't want to do it anymore. I want to be weak. I want to melt into the arms of my loved ones. I want to make my emotion everyone else's problem. And I don't want to feel guilty about it. I want to ask for help all the time without thinking twice about it. I want to be taken care of. I don't want to come to anyone's rescue anymore. I think I've done my time. And I know it sounds a little bit like I'm being a martyr right now, but I think I'm just someone who learned hyper-independence as a defense mechanism. And it's exhausting. That's all.
I look crazy, but I'm just getting on here to say that I am tired of working. I'm tired of being independent. I am tired of being self-sufficient. I'm tired of being my own provider. I am ready to be a wife, a stay-at-home wife, or I am ready to just have a sugar daddy at this point. I am tired of being the only provider.
I'm not gonna lie, don't tell the feminists, but I would rather stay home and cook and clean. I would rather do it. When I tell you I love to cook and clean, just don't tell the feminists. I love to do it, and I love to do it for a man. I do. However, not outside of marriage. Absolutely not. That sounds like hell. But just to see the look on a man's face when you cook him a meal that is so good, you could just tell he's proud. There's just something, I don't know, there's something within me as a woman. Maybe it's almost turning 25 that got me thinking, like, this cooking and cleaning thing isn't bad. Like, I just don't understand why women wanted to work. What was the point? Like, there is nothing satisfying about working. A man that takes care of you, a man that provides for you, you don't have to worry about anything, no bills. I will cook and clean all day. Like, what is the complaint? I'm making some fire food tonight. I'm going to serve it, and I'm just enjoying it. Yes, I'm crying over some onions, but is this what we fought for as women? I don't know. I'd rather cry over some onions than cry about a job. That's for sure.
Okay, so what I'm about to say is kind of a joke and kind of not a joke, but really not a joke. But someone make me a stay-at-home mom, wife, girlfriend. I don't think it's a lot to ask. I will be the traditional wife. Like, please, someone, anyone, anywhere, please.
So I am so hungover. Being single is hard work. It's difficult. Going out is hard. It's tiring. It's expensive. I thought being single I would save money. Complete opposite. I am always out. I'm always having a drink. And I thought it was in my healing era, my you've got this girl, you don't need no man era. But I'm on Hinge all the time. I'm like, I'm matching. I'm talking to like 9 different boys. Like my Instagram, the DMs, the little bubble says 9. I haven't got the time. I haven't got the patience, and I haven't got the conversation. I'm doing it. I'm doing it for the notification. I'm enjoying going onto my phone and it being like, you've been sent a message. And I'm like, exciting. I'm wanted. But they were like, do you want to go for a drink? I'm like, no, I don't. You've served your purpose. And now I'm kind of done. I think I'm going to do boy sober in May. I'm going to delete Hinge. I'm going to possibly ghost all the boys I'm talking to. Sorry, boys. But it's harder than I thought it was out here. Honestly, I need some help. I'm not sure I can do this alone.
Right now, I'm having one of those moments where the single life actually bothers me right now. Like, this is the harsh, sad part about being single. Like, on a day-to-day, month-to-month, like, I'm good. But you do have those moments where you do feel like alone. All you want is a partner, someone to come home to. Like, I'm leaving this event and I'm feeling good. And I'm just like, dang, I have to go home to no one. No one to lay up with, lay up under, cater to. And sometimes that's hard because it's not that I feel like I can't get anyone. I just think it's hard to find someone. Find someone that values you, that appreciates you, and that I think really truly deserves me and all the love I have to give.
There's just something about feeling like you're wasting your youth because you're not doing anything and you have no one to do anything with. Like, I have friends, but I feel like I don't have a set group of friends that do things together. They all have relationships, they all have other friend groups, and it's like I'm seeing all these people go to the fair, go to movies, go out, go to dinners, and I just don't feel like I have that. And it's really not even the things that they're doing, it's just the act of doing things with others and connecting with others, because yeah, people could say go out and do the things you want to do alone, like don't wait for anybody, but that's not the point. And I really didn't expect my 20s to be this way, but I'm 28 and I just feel so lonely all the time. There's so many places I want to travel to, there's so many things I want to do, but I don't want to do it alone. I'm also not dating, so it's really starting to get to me. Like, where do you find that? Where do you find a friend group? Where do you find friends that want to do things? Even when I had a friend group, I feel like it was so hard for us to plan something to do together, and just no one prioritized hanging out as much as I wish they would have, because they all had other friends. They all had someone to do things with whenever they wanted. Like those things just didn't mean as much to them as it did to me, because that was like my only interaction with people.
You're right. This really is ass backwards. And I really appreciate you being vulnerable and sharing this right now, because I want to have a conversation, because this is what single people feel all the time, is that they are just one step away from losing everything. And it is a terror, and it looms over us because there really isn't anybody to fall back on. Like, what fucking happens if you lose your job? Who's going to take care of you? This girl right here is going to take care of me. And I don't know how I'm going to do it, but I will figure it out, just like you're figuring it out. And it's unfair as fuck that we don't have access to the same kinds of supports just because we don't have kids. People assume that because we're by ourselves, like, we'll just be able to figure it out. But living in your car because you can't afford astronomical rents isn't a solution. You know what I'm saying? It's a symptom of yet another problem that We don't live in a society that supports fucking anybody. And it's what oftentimes will cause us to stay in situations or jobs that aren't necessarily healthy or fulfilling because there are no other options, and we can't just like walk away and take a temporary break while someone takes care of us. But I want to point this out because I think a lot of people assume that you don't know struggle or you don't know fear because you don't have kids. It's just different. It's just different. The fear you have of not having anyone to fall back on is real, and I want to honor that. And before you open your mouth that we don't have kids and it's not hard, it's hard for us in a very different way.
There's a grief that happens when you're a single woman in your 40s that doesn't get talked about enough. It's the grief of the life that you've imagined. And honestly, no one really prepares you for this kind of grief. It's the relationship you thought you'd have, the family you pictured, the version of you thought you'd become. And it hits at like random moments. On the holidays, of course, and you're hanging out with your friends who have kids, or you're just randomly at Target and you see a couple holding hands. But please hear me. Feeling that grief doesn't mean you messed up your life. It means you're human, and it means that you're smart. You're allowed to grieve what didn't happen and still build something beautiful from here.
It's more expensive to be a single woman than it is to be a single man. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, I am a 30-year-old woman living in London. I'm not actually 30, I turned 30 on Friday. But I am single, and I've been single my whole life. And I believe that it is more expensive to be single than it is to be in a relationship, but also even more expensive if you are a woman versus being a man. And I'm going to tell you why. Now, I'm not going to give an extensive list, but I'm just going to give you an idea on some of the things, right? So first of all, lifestyle. Now, you've got the single versus being in a relationship. If you're single, you obviously have to pay for rent, bills, and all living costs on your own. Things like groceries are going to be more expensive because you can't do like as much bulk shopping because everything comes in packs of 2 and you're a single person. So things like that are more expensive when you're single. Even down to things, I posted a video about this the other day, but even down to things like you go to an event or you go to a wedding, you have to get a hotel room on your own. Like, you don't have anybody to split things with or to share the financial stress or load. Now, if you are a woman and you're not a man, it's even more expensive. And let me tell you why. Now, I know men are probably going to be in my comments being like, yeah, but when we date, we're the ones who have to pay for everything on the date, like, blah, blah. Now, for me, I actually try my best to split a lot of it and do like drink each. If obviously someone offers to pay, that's lovely. But women have to more so uphold society's beauty standards. Okay, so we wear makeup, we fake tan, we get our hair done, our clothes are more expensive, we get our eyebrows done, we get our nails done, all of these things. Now, I know before anybody says that all of these things are a choice, yes, they are a choice, but if we don't do them, we get rejected from society's normal standards of what a beautiful, woman looks like. So that's how it's kind of like you go against the grain, but you're going to get kind of, reprimanded, is that even a word? You're going to get punished for it. Or you go with the grain, you go with the standards, but then you have to spend loads of money on all of these things. So that's one way, because men don't have to do that stuff. Yeah, you get your hair cut, but it's like a tenner. You don't go and really get any other stuff done. Now, if you're a man listening to this and you're like, I really take care of myself, I groom myself loads, I do loads of things, I love that for you, but I'm talking average on stereotype, As a single woman, especially in the winter, I get a lot of Ubers and taxis everywhere because it is not safe for me as a woman to walk home late at night. I've been with guy friends before, we've like left a club or we've left like, a restaurant, and they're like, let's walk home, and I'm like, it's fucking 9 and it's dark, and they're like, yeah, and I'm like, yeah. I spend so much money on taxis because I'm like, I would rather spend that money on taxis and be safe, even though you're not always safe in a taxi, but more so than getting attacked on the street when it's dark. Now, there was a statistic in 2009 that basically said people living on their own spend an average of 92% of their disposable income, while 2 adult households spend only 83% of their disposable income. So you're spending nearly 9% more of your disposable income to live. That could be because you're socialising more, because you don't have anybody to hang around with like at home. If you live alone, that could be because you're dating more, so it's costing more. There are so many reasons, but just highlights the difference. And to top all of that off, there are stats to show that single people are more worried about their financial situation than people in relationships. Now, if you lose your job, you have a partner to fall back on, but if you are single, you don't have anybody to fall back on, so therefore you need more in the bank, you need a bigger emergency fund, you need more financial security. So basically, that's what single tax is. It's a real thing. Yeah, but it is what it is because there's loads of pros to being single. This isn't me moaning. I love being single, but it's just about being aware of the financial implications of being single. Do you know what I mean?
I was having a conversation last night with my friend about the single person tax. Is that what we call it? I'm telling you, it's no joke. It's no joke when you're out here by yourself in the big bad world. Wretched capitalist society. You have to pay for everything. It's extortion. Like, on a monthly basis, my set outgoings are just under $2,000. Set being what I must pay. You know, rent, health insurance, electricity, Wi-Fi, etc. Set. There is no getting around that. Just under $2,000 a month. That's before I eat or live. And I gotta live. You know what I mean? No, don't get me wrong. I've got it covered, alright? I'm good. I got it, right? But I need someone just like take the edge off of that. Split the rent. Do you know what I mean? The rent is the biggest expense, obviously. But yeah. And there's no relief for you. You know, I don't want to say most people are in twos, because that's probably a bit presumptuous, is it? But like, a lot of people are in twos. If my stuff was split in half, let me tell you, I'd be loaded. Well, I'd feel loaded. I'd be like, oh my God, I'm rich. Look at all this disposable income, because my rent is only this much now. And like, as I said, I'm good for now. But I either need someone to split that, or I gotta double my income. Which, if I put my head down, I'd be more than capable of doing. Now I'm just thinking out loud. But yeah, if you're out there on your own, doing it on your own, it's no joke. You should be proud of yourself.
Okay guys, I am getting on the bandwagon about taxes, okay? I have had enough. I've had enough. I really have. Like, I've been watching all these TikToks about our federal dollars and where they're going and the bullshit and all that. Well, can we just talk about people like me or us who are out there, who are older, single, and no kids, okay? How much taxes comes out of your paycheck? Mine, I get taxed the shit out of, okay? I take home half or a third of my paycheck. That's it, because the rest goes to taxes. Why? Because I don't have kids and I'm not married. So I'm the oddball out? Is that what they're saying, the government? Because you're not the norm, that we're gonna tax the shit out of you? What the hell is that? Are you freaking kidding me? And so I've talked about this a lot and to a lot of people, and it literally shakes me to the core. Like, what do you want me to do? Go get married to some Tom, Dick, or Harry and go adopt a kid just so I can save on my taxes? Is that what I have to do? Because I'm gonna go do it, because I'm sick and tired of my hard-earned dollars being freaking taxed because I'm not the normal person. Yeah. Like, can I write off my dog? I heard somebody say they're gonna write off their dog. Well, I'll write off my dog. He's my kid. Like, but I'm livid. I'm so livid and I'm shaking, and I'm glad that everybody's brought up the tax situation, because it's weighed on me heavily for so long. Like, I look at my paycheck and I cry. I'm like, I am a nurse and I bust my ass and work for people and help people. And it doesn't even matter being a nurse, like whatever job, I get taxed so bad because I'm not the norm. I don't have kids. I don't have a spouse. Okay? So, like, I think I'm just gonna go run out and find the first dude and then go adopt a kid. Like, just so I can try and save on taxes so I can survive. Because, like, what I take home, I can barely live off of. It's pathetic. It really is. And this has got to stop. And so it's not just the bullshit about the federal taxes going to, you know, Israel and the bullshit with the illegal immigrants, which really pisses me off. But then just me being single and no dependents. I'm screwed. I've been screwed for a long time. I've been screwed because I haven't been married, okay? It's because I'm choosy. It's not because I haven't wanted to, okay? It's because I'm choosy. And maybe I just shouldn't be choosy. And I should just go get married and get a kid. Because I'm tired of all these taxes taken out of my paycheck. So, are you guys in the same boat? What do you do? What do you do? Let me know.
Don't get me wrong, I love being single and I love living alone. It's great, it's fantastic, but fuck, it's expensive. I just spent $600 on brakes on my car, just on the front part of the car, because I couldn't afford all 4 brakes and axles and rotors and whatever the fuck. And then now I just paid my car payment, which is $500, so I just blew $1,100 in like 3 hours, and it wasn't even like fun, you know? Fuck. Sorry, it's just so overwhelming. Like, you work and 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 you work, and it's just to pay off like your basic necessities. And you can't, like, in this city that I live in, public transport, please. If I were to do public transport, it's like asking to get rate. And I really shouldn't be crying because now I have to go to another work event and now I'm going to be all puffy. I'm just... Living is so expensive. Just keeping yourself alive and floating is so expensive. And what I was saying before I was rudely interrupted is if I were to take public transport here, especially for my job requires a car. I have to have a bunch of shit that I have to lug with me for work. And I can't do that with public transport. I'm venting. Inflation sucks. Just living in America sucks. Living alone sucks. It's great, but it sucks. Because you have to front all the expenses by yourself. I need a husband just so that I can live. So we can split the bills.
At what age did you wake up and realize that you no longer wanted to be a strong, Black, independent woman? And this can apply to white women and men as well, because I've definitely heard this term coined by a lot of people. But for me, it was about 6 months ago. I legit woke up, realized that I've slayed all of my goals. I have my career, I have my house, I have the car, I have everything else, and I don't want it anymore. If you can't relate to what I'm saying, then you can't relate to what I'm saying. But for me, at 32 and a couple more months left till I'm 33, I realized that my priorities are changing. And now I want to be a housewife. I want to raise children. I don't want responsibilities. I don't want to have a mortgage. Actually, I do want a mortgage, but I don't want it to be in my name. I honestly want to relinquish responsibility to an able-bodied man. Keyword, able-bodied man. And this is such a new thing for me. And this is epiphany. And this is something that I've been struggling with. Why is my lip gloss not opening? Why am I struggling with my lip gloss right now? Let's pause this video so that I can... Never mind. So, this is something that I've honestly been struggling with because it's something that I've never thought that I would get to the point in my life where I no longer identified as a strong Black independent woman. And it's crazy because I remember growing up, or in my 20s, I would hear of women who would go out, they would seek these fabulous careers, attorneys, doctors, lawyers, whatever it is, whatever they wanted. And then all of a sudden, they would get married and they would give it all up. And I used to think, what the actual... Who does all this to give it up to be a stay-at-home mother? And then I turned 32 and a half. And I realized it is I. I am that woman. I yearn to be a a stay-at-home mom. I no longer want to take on all the responsibilities. I want to delegate it to a man. I want to live a soft life. And a small part of me feels like I've worked for that. I've proven to myself, I feel like I've proven to my parents, I've proven to the world that I can do it. And now that that has been proven, I no longer want it. And at 32, I think men have reached their peak of whatever it is that they do, and they've caught up. And I think that I'm finally comfortable with letting them take the lead. I just need a applicant. Does anybody else feel that way? Am I the only one that feels that way? Sound off below.
As a woman, I am tired of hustling. I can't explain how the last 5 years of my life has literally drained me. The 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, maybe 10 years of my life has just drained me because of I've been working super hard. I'm now going into my 30s, and yes, I do feel like a man should be able to provide the security it is that I need, because I've been figuring it out myself and holding it all up on myself for a very, very long time. And it just becomes a time in your life where you want to rest in your femininity and you just want to know that things are handled. Yes, I do feel like a woman should have things of her own, but I also just feel like when you're dealing with a man, we're craving for security at a certain age. We want to know that things are okay. We want to know that, damn, if I can't figure this out right now, he maybe can take over. He maybe can take the lead and figure it out for me. But it's just, I no longer want to be the woman, the Miss Independent, the Miss Big Money, the one with all the drive, the one with all the ambition, the one with all the plans, the one that's gonna just lead every single thing, because it makes me stressed out. Like, it makes me feel like I'm continuously in survival mode because I'm trying to figure out things and there's no, it's just very, very stressful. I do desire as a woman a marriage where things are taken care of. Now, I'm always going to have my goals. I just want the things that I want to do with my life to be like my passion projects. Like, yes, I'm still going to work on the business that I'm working on. Yes, I'm still going to be working on my career, but I don't want to be working on what I'm working on out of survival mode because I'm trying to hold everything over the top of my head. I don't want it to be that way. I'm not saying that I don't want to do nothing. I don't want to do it out of stress. I don't want to do it or feel like I have to make sure I knock out all my goals, because there's a possibility that if I'm dealing with a man, he won't be able to take care of it. I don't want to move like that. I want to know that you're going to take care of things anyway. But I still have something of my own as well. You get what I'm saying? Like, that's all. Women just want to rest. Women want to feel safe. I just thrive better when I feel safe. There's a lot of things that I feel like I can work on more if I was in a safe space, if I was able to feel like, there's no rush to this. Like, I'm going to get this done, but the world is not going to end if I don't finish it. Those are the type of projects that I want to work on when it comes to me making my money and my career. Like, I want to do it and flow through it. Not, oh my God, what's next? Like, no. Oh, no.